All right. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm not going to sing, okay? That's not why I'm getting on the mic. Okay, I can see a pattern forming tonight. Hold on a second. I'm all hooked up in my wire here. All right. Sometimes when it gets out of hand, I got to get on the mic. All right. I don't know. I think there's some, outside source trying to cause drama in the room. But that's okay, because we're not all about that. But when you get 4 or 5 people that come in and they completely all say the same thing, why is an Elvis room not always playing Elvis music? We've been here like 5 years. If they haven't figured it out by now, I don't think they're going to figure it out. But I said it clearly about 4 or 5 times, as calm as I could. One guy gets skipped by accident and he goes flipping out of the room like some fool. I don't even know what the guy's name is, but whatever that guy's nickname was, if someone wants to go tell him that, it happens from time to time. People's screens don't look like what they're supposed to, and they may get in front of somebody by accident. And, all we would do is normally just say, the next person take the mic. That's all. We're not going to bounce the person out of the room that took the mic by accident. Okay, it was an accident. Okay, well, there you go. Okay, so Cadillac Records needs to chill out. I mean, if you don't want to come here, I don't care, There's a million more Cadillac Records out there and they'll come to the room, so I'm not worried about it. If you're going to act like a child in my room, I don't want you here anyways. Okay, but the reason this room, I've said it before, the reason this room allows other music besides just Elvis, it's real simple. Anybody who's a true Elvis fan knows this. Okay? Like I said, we are the longest running tribute room to Elvis on Pow Talk. We have the most people coming here each and every night. I have been told by many of people through the years advice on what you should do, what you shouldn't do. You shouldn't do 2 songs, you should only do 1 song, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do... And ironically, all those people have no room. Or if they do, it's closed. Or they don't open. Or if they open, they got 2 people, them and their admin. That's it. And they're staring at each other all night. So I don't really care to take anybody's advice because I don't need to. I don't need to take anybody's advice because we are the best Elvis tribute room on Pow Talk, period. So we don't need to take anybody's advice. When you're number 1, everybody else is shooting to be you. So sorry about your luck, but we are number 1. And as far as Elvis, I think a lot of people that come in this room that say what they were saying would have went to Graceland back in the 60s and 70s and late 50s and probably been very upset because they would have been surprised to hear that when you walked into Graceland, you weren't hearing Elvis singing all over the place, okay? Elvis didn't need to listen to himself singing. He knew how he sounded. Sure, there were people in his house that would listen to him sing. There were people in his house that liked to hear him sing. There was people in his house that liked to listen to some of his songs. Obviously they did, okay, but they heard him all the time. They were in concert with him. They were in recording studios with him. They were rehearsing with him. So they heard him all the time. So when they were winding down and chilling out, Elvis liked to listen to other people. He liked Mario Lanza. That was like Elvis's favorite singer, Mario Lanza and Roy Orbison. He really liked those 2 guys. He actually liked J.D. Sumner long before he ever had J.D. Sumner in his band. When Elvis was a young guy, he used to sneak into J.D. Sumner's shows. J.D. would open the back door and let Elvis in. So he went out and handpicked a lot of people he loved to hear sing for his group, for his recording sessions. Elvis had a vast collection of other people's music, and he would listen to it all the time because, see, that's what made Elvis who he was. You don't think that Elvis just getting up there and standing in the middle of the stage holding a mic is what made Elvis Elvis, right? Nobody believes that because that's not what he did. Elvis felt the music. Elvis felt the rhythm of the music. Elvis grew up in Mississippi. Elvis used to hang outside the blues bars. He didn't go in. He was real young, but he would listen. You could hear it. So he would listen to the blues music. He would listen to the Grand Ole Opry on the radio with his mom, Gladys and Vernon. And he would listen to the country music and the inspiration from the country music, And then he felt the music. He got on stage, and he when he moved, he didn't even know what he was doing. He was just moving to the music, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, what's he doing?" You know, in 1955, you didn't do that. You know, 54, that was unheard of. People would just stand there with a mic and sing in one place and never move. And Elvis came on the scene and just broke it loose. You know, he's dancing around, he's singing. You know, he's moving stuff that people didn't see people move back then. You know. They thought he lost his mind. So, but you know, that's the thing about it. You know, and I know I go on a tangent a little bit, but that's fine, because what I'm trying to explain is it's all the influences through the years, all the different music, gospel. You know, Elvis tried to join a gospel group at one time because he loved gospel music so much. Now, ironically, they turned him down. And they didn't put him in the group. There was a lot of idiots back then. You know, the Grand Ole Opry turned him down. But either way, what I'm saying is he loved gospel. He loved country. He loved you know, he loved the blues. He loved, you know, all the different kinds of music that were out there at the time. And he formed it all together. And the big bang of music happened when Elvis came on the scene. That is the big bang of music. That's what made music what it is. Everything else spawns from that. You know, everything else. So what I do in this room, when I was asked a long time ago to form this room by a couple close people, close friends, you know, they said, you need to open a tribute room to Elvis. And I'd always thought about it because I had looked from afar at some other goof that's on Pal Talk that doesn't open a tribute room. He opens a room to himself. And I said, you know what, that's true. We do need to open a room that actually is dedicated to Elvis's memory, and where people can go and enjoy themselves and have a good time. And the camaraderie of the Elvis music and everything else that goes with it, they can have a good time. We can keep the drama out of it, and we can just have fun and listen to Elvis music, and people can sing other songs, because that's what Elvis would want. If I just had a room open, first of all, of just Elvis music, you guys all love Elvis music. Every one of you guys, every one of you in this room love Elvis music. You love other music too. But you're all Elvis fans at some level. Either, you know, a little bit or a lot. Okay? Now I'm on the a lot spectrum. Okay? I'm way up there, you know, love Elvis music. Love Elvis. And some of you are pretty much like, well, I like Elvis, but I like this group, I like that group, you know. And that's fine. And that's what makes this room work. Because, see, if you only opened a room and said, you got to play Elvis music, you can't sing anything but Elvis music, guess where the room would be? It would be at the same place every other room is. It would be closed, because not everybody can sing just Elvis music. And if I was to ask each and every one of you why you come to this room, you would probably tell me, because I sing other songs and you guys allow it in the room. And we'll play Elvis music, and we'll sing some Elvis music, but I don't know all just Elvis songs. And I realize that. And I, you know, and Elvis enjoyed all kinds of music, so what is the problem, you know? I'm just mirroring this room after what Elvis would do. And trust me when I tell you, I know Elvis would do it this way, okay? So the room allows other music, because if Elvis opened a tribute room, I can assure you he would say, you got to play some Roy Orbison, you got to play some Tom Jones for me, you know, you even got to play some Byrds music, okay? You got to play some Jake Hess for me, you know, you got to play some JD, I got to hear some gospel, you know, it would be just like that, you know, you got to play all this stuff. Well, true. I mean, but rap wasn't around when Elvis was, and you're true. Like, they're good. You pulled out a group out there, okay. And heavy metal, it was around. And I even talked to Ian a couple of days ago about this. You know, he was saying that Elvis would have sang heavy metal had he been around. Well, actually, heavy metal was around. And Elvis, that just wasn't his thing. Elvis liked to sing music where you could actually hear him sing, you know. Heavy metal is great and all, but, you know, you can't really hear that people sing most of the time. They're kind of screaming on tune. And Elvis wasn't about screaming to a tune or screaming on tune. He was about singing a song where it was a show upon itself. That's all. That's all. But like I said, I'm not going to go any further with this. I just wanted to say that in case anybody wanted to clarify why I allow other music in the room, I make this room just as Elvis would make this room. That's all. Elvis wouldn't have been about all the drama. Elvis wouldn't have been about all the people coming in and thinking they're better than somebody else. I don't appreciate when people come in here and they say something derogatory about another singer. I don't care if they don't like him or not. I don't care. You will never do that in my room. If you do, you will be out of the room so quick you'll be like, what happened? Okay? Because you don't make fun of another singer. You know, if you think you're so good, get up there and sing. All right? Elvis wouldn't have made fun of another singer. Ever. So, everybody is allowed to sing in my room, and they are not going to be no derogatory statements to them. And they can sing other songs because Elvis appreciated other songs. And like I said, we prefer Elvis music, don't get me wrong. I prefer Elvis music. But you can sing whatever you want, as long as it ain't rap or heavy metal. That's all. Okay? So God bless you all. Thank you so much.